Welcome to the first ever Lions Timeout show. I'm Sebastian.
And I'm Jordan.
Today we'll be talking about hot topics in the sports community and MSSU sports.
Make sure to tune in to each show as you may recognize some of our featured guest athletes or favorite coaches.
So, Jordan, what's your favorite sport?
Me being from Memphis, Tennessee, grew up in the South. Football is the king down there, so football is my favorite sport to watch, Saturdays and Sundays.
Absolutely.
What about you, Sebastian?
Football and basketball mainly. Football has been my favorite sport since I was like 5 or 6 years old. My dad turned me on to it mainly. Started following basketball just a few years ago, and about the last few months, Formula One has been my favorite. So,
What's your favorite team?
Packers.
Packers. Yeah, okay.
Yours?
Giants.
Nice.
Now let's start with the show.
Recently, well-known football players are getting cramps or bad foot injuries when practicing or playing on the field, like the Kansas City Chiefs' Travis Kelce or the Packers' Jaden Reed. This is very common, according to the University of Rochester Medical Center. The ankle is a common body part to injure due to the impact and tensions that are pulled when playing football. But how do we solve this problem? Well, there isn't much you can do to prevent it, but you can find ways to help it heal.
Things that I see, this has been a hot button topic, especially in the pros, which you see in last year's Super Bowl. Guys heard about the turf slipping. It's the turf. Turf is a dangerous thing, especially in this game of football. Trying to break and plant, there is no give as there is to grass. Grass, there is, when you try to move, the ground gives you way just a little bit. What are your thoughts about it?
I feel like it's easier because with the ground, there's like soil and stuff going down underneath it. And with turf, it's just a layer of fake grass, and then there's nothing underneath it to like dig into. It's just that layer. Like you've seen throughout this season, just at the start of this season and like previous years, like the amount of injuries on turf, like Aaron Rodgers in Week 1 of this year, Odell in the Super Bowl a couple years ago tore his Achilles non-contact injury, and Raheem Mostert, I think it was Week 1 of last season, just ripped his ACL in half. The Jets field. It seems to be the Jets field a lot.
Yeah, and especially it's really bad injury when it's non-contact, when guys are going down by themselves.
Yeah.
Like the Aaron Rodgers injury, yes, he was getting tackled, but he kind of slipped and fell, and you can tell his leg was separating.
Yeah, I mean, he just tried to plant his leg to try to spin out of the sack and tore his ACL or his Achilles. Sorry.
Yeah, those are some of the worst injuries, honestly.
Yeah.
And as we look closer, that we'll see how it pans out. Now on to Olympics and into Simone Biles. Simone Biles is not only making a big comeback in the world of gymnastics, but is also making a statement that age is just a number. NBC Sports reported that although Biles is 26, Biles recently secured a spot on the World Championship team and is set to become the oldest U.S. woman to compete at the Worlds, something that hasn't happened since 1970. What are your thoughts on her being there?
I think it's an amazing thing that she is there. She's got 4 gold medals, 7 Olympic medals, 25 World Championship medals. She's the most decorated gymnast that's ever participated in the Olympics, and I think she's just going to be a great locker room presence for everybody. All these younger people who are like 18, 19 coming in, I think she's going to be good for them, just like explaining like what to do when you get nervous, like how to handle the pressure of being at the Olympics. It is the biggest stage in the world. I think it's just going to be great to have her around there.
Yeah, I think it's really crazy that someone 26 years old is considered old.
Yeah, it's crazy.
She just started when she was age 18, 19, and she won so many gold medals and did so many things. Probably one of the most decorated athletes in U.S. history. And just the fact that she's there is, like you said, it just helps. It just helps even more. It helps not only take stuff off those players' plate, but the coaches' plate, 'cause they have to do less.
Yeah.
They can focus on helping people out with their arithmetic and their rhythm instead of helping out with their head and pressure issues.
Yeah.
So I think she's a really strong addition to this team.
Yeah, and I feel like it's just going to make all the younger players a little bit more confident going in, knowing that they have the best gymnast of all time with them.
Yeah, I think it makes our team even stronger getting prepared for Paris. All you hear is you start to see commercials, advertising the Olympics, and just makes our team even better and gives us our best shot at having the most medals we can.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Sports betting is a hot topic in the sports community, and sports teams are taking action. Emily Manley, a reporter, says that teams like the Cardinals and the Kansas City Chiefs are done relying on lawmakers to legalize sports betting. There have already been attempts, but each bill getting sent to the Senate gets blocked. So, for those who are wanting to make a bet on their favorite teams, you'll have to wait just a little bit longer. You can find Emily's full article at nwahomepage.com. So, what do you think?
I think it is a hot button issue. As you see, a lot of players are on Twitter, on Instagram, tweeting things about it. Calvin Ridley, he's a player for the Jaguars now, but he was suspended all of last year for betting on games that he was a part of. And I think that is just I think it's a very hot button topic. And when you look at it, a lot of players' issues are that the NFL advertises sports betting and it promotes sports betting, but then it punishes players for it as well. Yeah. And then you see this on college levels. There's the guys losing eligibility for it, getting suspended for it. So it's a touch and give subject, but I think I'm on the player side. If you advertise and promote it, it should be illegal.
I completely agree. I just feel like, especially when you consider the other suspensions that they give in the NFL, like Calvin Ridley's out for a full year for betting on himself, which I feel like is ridiculous. And then these players with like drug abuse are only out for 4 games. So I feel like they either need to make it a little bit more like consistent, like crime fits the punishment, or no, punishment fits the crime, or whatever. I feel like they either need to do that or just legalize sports betting. But you just can't bet on the team that you're playing against, because then you may be trying to lose the game, which is obviously not what they want.
Very true, very true. I think sports betting is a key part of sports these days. You see a lot of guys mad about their parlays not being met, or certain guys not getting their stats. And I think it's just, if the fans can kind of do it, show shit to players. Yeah,
I completely agree. I feel like it's hypocritical the way they advertise it and then outlaw it at the same time. And I wish they'd lower it to 18 because I could sports bet. I really want to. I'm looking forward to turning 21 so I can do that. But I don't see a reason to keep it outlawed realistically, because it does nothing but, like, I guess, hurt the players.
Trust me, some of the bets I've lost, you might not want to.
Yeah, maybe. All right, coming up next, we hear from the MSSU women's volleyball team.
And after that, I'll be back here with an MSSU football athlete to discuss the season so far.
Stay with us.
Fall semester has started, which means MSSU's volleyball team is in session. MSSU women's volleyball athletes are practicing here at Leggett & Platt Athletic Center to be successful in their games. Callie Matter is entering her 6th year as the head coach of the Missouri Southern volleyball team in 2023. She says during the season, it is important to keep the athletes motivated and focused.
I think motivation at this level of athletics is truly intrinsic. It's like either an athlete has decided that they're going to be motivated and they want to do it, or they're not. We try to hold them accountable to really high standards, but motivation for our program definitely comes from within.
Mindset is also important when it comes to motivation.
I think we just talk about culture a lot and how important how we treat each other is on whether or not we can be successful. And so it's just something that is at the front of our minds every single day and something we try to work really hard at. I think it's just to try and get better. We get better at everything that we possibly can. And I think that helps our athletes on and off the floor.
To be more successful as a team and as an athlete, MSSU women's volleyball players are practicing 4 times a week. Hannah Alec, the setter of the team, has been playing volleyball since high school. Since she was young, she has been interested in volleyball more than any of the other sports because it gives her something special.
I've always played sports since I was young, but I really liked volleyball the most because of the team chemistry and having to work in such close proximity with so many players. It just really made relationship building a key part of every team I've been on. Before every game, I say a prayer and I do a handshake with my teammate, Story Hamilton.
She says interactions with her teammates, like the ritual she does during the sets, are giving her powerful energy to do better. She also mentions good communication with teammates is the key to successful games.
It's the only sport with the least amount of square space and the most amount of players. So having to constantly communicate, that way you're not like running into other people, and being efficient makes it really hard but really fun once you finally get it. My future goal, take my team to the national championships. I really hope that we can go to the next level.
Hannah and her teammates are not going to stop their journey until they reach the national championship. And that's a look at MSSU's women's volleyball team. Now let's get back to our hosts.
Welcome back to Lions Timeout. I'm Jordan, and joining me today is Jordan Ledette, MSSU football player. Welcome, Jordan. Welcome to the Timeout, man. How are you doing?
Doing good, man. I'm blessed.
You're doing great, man. Okay, so the season didn't start off the way you guys wanted to, but what has changed since that first game, and is the cause for you think to turn around and why you guys are on a 2-game winning streak?
Man, I think what actually changed was the demeanor of the team, man. Like, we realized how close we were into, like, winning that game and realized what we could do. And I feel like it was the same as last year with Corny. When we were supposed to win that game too, and then we realized and went on a tear, 4-game tear. But I think this year we're gonna keep up the consistency and keep this rolling.
Great. So, like I said, you guys started off 0-1, but you won the last two. The last two has been on the road in conference game, and as we both know, going on the road in conference is very hard to win. How does that feel to be able to go on the road in this conference and win?
Man, it feel good, man. It feel good. I just feel like away games supposed to be harder. But we love, like, when people go against us, we love the adversity, and we overcome most of the time, majority of the time. And that's what we work on at practice, too. So I feel like it's a big deal, and it's going to help us come up big in our home games.
Great. You know, as you go around Joplin, you go around the school, there's a different buzz around this team. There's a different feel around this team. And you played last year. What do you think is that different feel? What do you think is that different key this year?
I think it's the demeanor, man, the attitude, man. I feel like we trust each other more. It's more of a team chemistry than everybody just trying to be special players on their own. You know, I feel like we coming together and we actually trusting each other and making them big plays. And even when we don't make a big play and it's close, we, you know, instead of another player downing you, they picking you up on the field. You know what I'm saying? It's not complaining. It's just we're gonna get it next time.
Great. You know, going into week 4. What is that as you guys get into the real thick of your season that you're trying to focus on? What is that goal? What is that mindset?
Me personally?
The team.
The team, I feel like it's consistency, man. That's what we work on at practice a lot as we continue to work on in health. We try to keep everybody as healthy as we can at practice and even in games, like getting in the ice tub as much as we can. It's really consistency and the mindset. Like don't let just because things going well stray you away from the goal at hand.
Great. What is your personal mindset as a player going to the thick of this schedule?
Just patience, man. Not being too frustrated with some of the things that I may not like or some of the visions I may not see, but it's really just patience. At the end of the day, I just try to be better 1% every day at practice, do what I can, and do what they need me to do, even if it's out of my area of expertise. I'm gonna learn it and I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
You have any personal goals this year, stat-wise, accomplishment-wise?
Man, I'm trying to graduate, bro. I want to walk across that stage, have my mother really see me walk across that stage and know I did something. I mean, at the end of the day, football is fun and all, and it's what I do and what I want to do for a career, but it's not the end-all, be-all. It's not all what life is, and I just really want to make my mom proud, for real.
Now, you play defensive back for the team, and we both know that's a different mindset.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be Missouri Southern defensive back? What does it mean to step out there and be a defensive back for Missouri Southern on Saturdays?
Man, we don't want no catches. We don't want nothing. We trying to outdog you every play. We trying to really come up big. And sometime in the game it's a head game, but a lot of the times, majority of the time, you just gotta have that mindset, that demeanor. Like, we're not friends right now. We can shake hands at the 50 whenever they lose, but you know, I'm a sore loser. I don't like to lose. I don't like to feel like somebody got over on me. I don't like to feel like none of that. So that's just the demeanor already when I played my other position. But now it's like turned up to 100.
Bet. So what are some of your game day jams, man? What is the things that get you going on Saturday? What's the artist that gets you going on Saturday?
Man, it depends how I feel, man. I try to stay mellow. I try to stay mid-level. But if I'm really trying to turn up for a game, trying to feel like how I did when I was back home, I listen to like NBA young boy or something, man. But if like I'm too turned and I'm like, I know I'm extra right now and I'm probably like, I'm so turned to where I'm not even like locked in on what I need to do, man, I might put on some R&B to calm down. Like, chill out, you know what I'm saying? That type of stuff.
Man, so like, you've been here 2 years, man, so you've gone through the game day aspect, home and away. What is your favorite part of game day here in Missouri Southern, man?
My favorite part of game day?
Yeah.
I feel like, because, I practice every day. We go against each other. So I feel like my favorite part would be like us coming together and it's like you don't actually have to worry about these boys no more. I feel like we got the baddest boys, so you ain't really got to worry about them no more. Practice over, now you got to worry about the stuff at hand. You feel me? Everything we prepare for, we go at it. We go at it 100%, and we do everything we got to do. And sometimes it's grudges out there, like even with our own team at practice. But when we come together on Saturdays, it's all love, and we know it's just making each other better.
So Coach Bradley's going through his 3rd full year here. What is something you feel he does really well to get you guys ready for game days on Saturdays?
Keeping us focused, I think. I believe Coach Bradley is a big part of like what we do and how he keeps us level-headed. At first, when I first came, I didn't see that because I wasn't used to that type of coaching, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't used to it. So, of course, I had my problems and my opinions. But this year, like, from a perspective of trying to be patient and actually listening before I talk, like, I realized, like, how good of a coach he is and how hard it is to keep everybody mental on the same level and keep everybody focused for one game.
Great. So, you talk about, coming here and, tell me about that journey of getting to Missouri Southern. Tell me where you came from and tell me how you got here, man.
Man, I'm from Eunice, Louisiana, man. I played receiver. I played everything in high school. I came out of there, man, I had offers to big schools like Houston, Grambling, LSU, stuff like that. But then my grades wasn't there. Nobody told me that my grades had to be good, ACT and all that. So we tried to do everything. College coaches was telling me to do all types of stuff. Like, it didn't work out. I ended up going to JUCO. I went to Independence Community College. And, like, that just showed me how to be a dog, man. It just showed me that a big part of it was academically. It really showed me, like, it's so many dogs just like you. What's stopping a college from picking somebody that plays just like you with better grades? You know what I'm saying? So it really made me buckle down and realize how important school was and stuff. So then I come here. I come to Missouri Southern, and the demeanor it's more of a family type, you know what I'm saying? So that was big for me to just, every day at practice at Indy, we was going at each other because your spot could be taken the next day, you know what I'm saying? You could miss a meeting later that day and you're not a starter no more, you know what I'm saying? Over here it's like you get chances, you know what I'm saying? You get chances to be better, you get a chance to be great. It comes with a consequence, but it doesn't come with a consequence that'll discourage you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You talk about you played receiver, now you playing DB. Tell me about that move. Tell me about going from offense to defense. How do you feel about that?
Man, I feel like I'm a football player. It don't really matter. Like, however it come, I'm a football player, man. You want me to go out there and kick the ball, I'm gonna kick the ball. You want me to go out there, do whatever, I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm just trying to get them stats. I'm trying to get bread, get some money, man. Every time I'm out there, I'm trying to at least keep my name in people's mouth, not for negative reasons.
Talk about defensive back, you play defensive back, there's multiple defensive backs. What makes your group so special on the field as far as some other people?
I just feel like we dialed in. We all know the same stuff. We communicate. And when we in the room, it's not like we all fighting for positions, but it's like, we pick each other up. It's not I'm not going to tell you the wrong stuff just so you can mess up and I do better. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. And at the end of the day, the best man win. And that's who's going to be the starter or whatever. But either one of us, you can move somebody and put somebody else, he gonna do the same thing that I just did. You know what I'm saying? He gonna make a play.
Great. So, man, you talk about the move from DB, you talk about what do you feel really makes your defense special? What is the key to make your defense run? Because they say defense wins championships, offense scores points. What makes your defense run?
Man, I feel like, man, we bust our tails in the summer. And then spring ball came, same thing. So it's like, we don't get tired like other teams. I feel like we work harder than other teams. I feel like the mindset is different. I feel like we controlled, we poised. We don't come in like intimidated at all by anybody. So I feel like that's a big part of that. We come with that confidence, that swagger, but offense come with it too. So it's not just defense. I feel like we all, as a team, we come with swag. As a team, we come with confidence. As a team, yeah, we might be some people might be a little arrogant, but that's confidence, man.
So you guys are 2-1 now. Is there any team you still see on your schedule that you're really eager to face, that you really want to get out there and go against?
And me personally,
Yeah.
I think Pitt, man. It's a rivalry, but it's not only that it's a rivalry. It's that, man, we lost to them last year, and I didn't like the way the loss happened. I didn't like the way it felt. I didn't like the way how it felt when we came on the field, first play of the game. I didn't like how none of that was. It felt like we were off. It just felt like the energy wasn't there. And I feel like it's going to be way different this year. We're not the same team at all. And it's going to be at home. So it's going to be a whole different atmosphere.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I really feel like it's Pitt. Pitt for sure, UCM, but definitely Pitt.
Great, man. That's all the time we have for. I'm Jordan, and thank you for joining us on Lions Timeout. We'll see you next time.